Hey guys, it's Amy from GracexWildflowers, and I'm gonna take you along with me on a flip of my 2021 Hobonichi weeks. This was kind of an experiment planner for this year. I didn't really know how I was gonna use it, how I was gonna like it, but spoiler alert, I ended up really loving it. I got a new one for 2022 that I'm going to use. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of take you along for the journey of how I use this and how I got into the groove of the Hobonichi weeks. So let's get started. So first and foremost, I keep it in a moterm snap cover. I really love moterm. I think they're great for the price. This was around like $45 from Amazon or AliExpress. Snap closes. This is in the olive green color. I also have the taupe color. It has several pockets that you can use, a back pocket, and I just slip the back cover into the back pocket of the planner. And then there's a pen loop here, and it just looks real nice and professional and compact still. I don't think it bulks it up too much. And then I put it in a cover on cover from the Hobonichi store, and then I slip in a vellum to make it just a little bit more decorative. My vellums are usually from sterlingink, and I'm also using a vellum from sterlingink for 2022 as well. I just think it makes it look a little bit more festive and a little bit more decorative, a little bit more personalized to you for how you want to use your planner and stuff. So I put the Christmas one in from sterlingink, and I love it. I think it's really pretty. I have a straight edge here from the Hobonichi store online, and then a pocket also that comes with the planner. I did not decorate any of the front pages. Didn't really use a year at a glance too much. I didn't really know how to utilize it, but I have some ideas for next year, and the same thing for this year at a glance, like broken down throughout the day, right? I just wasn't sure how to use it, but I have an idea for 2022, which is exciting. Yeah. And then going into my monthlies are nothing special. Tried to use some washi tape, wasn't really vibing with it. I put holidays, appointments, due dates, birthdays, and stuff in here. July to the end, I did use kits from spottedgum, and they're really pretty. They come with, these stickers, numbers, and some flags to put in your monthlies or in your weeklies. And yeah, I just think they're really pretty, really gorgeous florals. Yeah. I end up putting all my volleyball games that I coach in here, all the things for school that needs to get done. And then I also put an inbox on the bottom of all of my monthlies. I'm not going to put an inbox on my monthly spread for the month in 2022. That is going to be somewhere else for that year. But it worked okay for this year, but I just didn't reference it or see it enough here. And then here's through to December. I am using this planner until the end of 2021. I know I can go into my new weeks now in December, but I just want to finish out this year and really figure out what my exact groove is before I hop into this one, because it's been a journey. So yeah, this planner is the spring release, so it starts in March and ends in March of 2022. I don't have much going from there. Oh, actually goes to April here. All right, and then the weeklies, I didn't know how I wanted to use this. I'm usually a vertical planning person rather than a horizontal, and I was just kind of experimenting of where I wanted to put certain things, like where I wanted to track things, how I wanted to, track money or my spending, my to-do list, my little month at a glance here, and stuff like this. Originally, I got a Hobonichi weeks for content planning. So for like my Etsy and YouTube and all that stuff, but it just didn't really work out. I realized I like a whole year in a book or in whatever planner that I'm using. So that's why like Hobonichi cousins or weeks really attract me to using them, because I get the whole year in one planner, which is really nice for me. Again, trying to experiment with what types of weeklies that I wanted. This ends up being kind of what I use. I tried to use a vertical spread on this one here, trying to just put it into 3 sections of the day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Didn't really like how that looked. And then I just used like these random pages back here as some note pages. So at the beginning of April is where I started to really use this planner with some washi, trying to figure out what my groove was. I put like school items here, spending here, too many habits. It was just that was overwhelming for me. And then tasks up there. You'll see that that kind of worked for a little while. Wasn't loving it though. Like sometimes I just spent too much money or too many things came out, right? So that really wasn't functional for me. But continue to use it. I also, at the same time, am using a personal wide rings planner. So I'm double planning, which was not helpful, right? So it was kind of overwhelming. Didn't really love doing that. So I kind of fell off at the end of May here, and in June, I was using my personal wide rings, but then I picked up again in June. So I really did not know how I was going to use this planner, right? I was just hopping back and forth, trying to figure out what worked. Again, falling off in July, coming back a little bit, not really using this side of the weekly spread. Again, kind of came back in July, too many habits, fell off completely. And then I'm starting to get back into it. So in August is where I started to use this more as an everyday carry. I put away my personal wide rings. I didn't love that I had to print out every single thing all the time. I loved that it was super customizable, right? I mean, you could put whatever you want in ring planning, but in here, this just saved time and I could still customize it to how I wanted. So you'll see that this layout is what I use for the rest of my weekly pages. I put the calendar up here, highlight the week, my tasks, and then obviously my list, and then my habits down here. How I do this over here kind of changes a little bit throughout the weeks, which you'll see the change. I know there's a calendar down here, but it's small and I like how I write it up there a little bit better. So yeah, I'm still using this as a spending tracker, and then just putting like all day things and date specific to-dos here with some stickers. So it ends up working pretty well. Right, I ended up putting the month or the days of the week here and the habits over here. That seemed to work better and just looked better in my opinion. I tried to use one of the thirds, right, as like day specific to-dos and then all day events. And then on this planner, I switched them and I used 2/3 of the week to do date specific events or tasks, and then all day events over here. Again, didn't love that. Over here though, I switched from my finance tracker to a memory of the day, which I kept until the end of the year. I do like doing that. So then I just kind of split it in half and had all day events over here and then just date specific to-dos on this side with my highlight of the day, the month, the task, and the habits. So it's pretty full, not able to use a whole lot of stickers on this side. Was able to squeeze some in over here. Didn't mind it, but then come October, I really wanted to utilize the note pages as a to-do list, right? So they weren't all over here because you only have so much room and it's really not that much, right? So if I had more than like 5 things or 6 things to get done or that I wanted to do, it would just like kind of spill over. It would look messy. Wasn't a huge fan. So I ended up using the notes pages as daily logs once October hit. And so you'll see how it kind of frees up some space in the weekly section. And how I just did my weekly section from here on out is I would go to my monthly and see what was going on for that week, and then I would put them in on whatever day that it was associated with, right? And I would put the schedule for school on that day, what I was doing for tutoring time, any sports that I'm coaching, and then I would put in some stickers where they would fit right away, and then I would just wait to sticker some things in later. I would put a sticker always right here, here, and here next to, you know, my calendar, my tasks, and my habits as a go-to little decorative thing. And most of my stickers are from, my favorite shops right now are paperbitsco, plannerfrenzy, randidotplans here, caffeineandpaperco, and then I also really love coffeemonsterzco, but I didn't get those until later. So it kind of frees up my planner from being so congested, like over here where it was so much writing and just kind of really busy, to still being busy, which I like, but I know that this is just like an overview of the week where my dailies are like where the grind comes in of what I need to do that day. And then in my dailies, I reference my task list on my weekly spread to make sure that I'm getting everything done in the week that I want to get done. So yeah. I love the little Halloween stickers. They're so cute from paperbitsco. Going into November, I changed Pentel brush pens from a light tan here to their darker brown. Love how these look. Very functional. Got a lot of space here, but that's okay. No worries on that. Again, lots of space. Thanksgiving week. These are Coffeemonsterzco. I really love these two. They're paperbitsco and Coffeemonsterzco are probably my favorite, is my favorite sticker shop right now. And then sterlingink, I have stickers from them too. And I just love sterlingink for like really decorative stuff. So like using it as my like cover on cover vellum decorative pieces, and like almost like elegant stickers, because her stickers are just gorgeous. Got some virgoandpaper stickers here to cover up what I was going to do if I wasn't sick those days. So yeah, Christmas week. So these are sterlingink stickers and they're just so pretty to me. I love them. And then this will be the last week here in my Hobonichi weeks. I'll start my planners this week for 2022, obviously, since like January starts here, but I'll still probably fill this one out just to, you know, have this planner go all the way until the end. This planner does go all the way through with their weekly sections to March, since it is a spring start. It does give you a full year in here, but I'm not going to use any of these pages. The only things that I would use these pages for this year would be like any notes that I wanted to do or needed to take on anything, and then some pen tests and trying to figure out what types of layouts I liked. So then onto the daily section, not the dailies, I keep on saying that, but that's the Hobonichi cousin. Onto the note sections that I use as daily sections. I thought I would index more, but I did not, mostly because I didn't really know how, which sounds kind of silly, but I really didn't know what I was going to use these notes pages for. I ended up getting into a good groove, but at the beginning, like around March, April, June, I didn't even know how I was going to use this planner in general. So I indexed a couple of things, but I don't really reference this at all. But I am going to index in my 2022, but I think it'll be better than this. I mean, you can't get much worse, right? So here we go. I started off with daily logging in April, which seemed fine. I tried to do like collections, like Marvel movie phases that I watched, right? Try to be a little bullet journal-like, and I was okay at that, but not great. You can see I bought so many things for Napa. Just kidding. I had just bought a new sundress or a romper. Don't even remember which one. But yeah, I went to Napa in July, which was really fun, but didn't really utilize this for much. So yeah, more dailies, not really consistent here. Some kind of journaling or updates on my Fitbit or Noom, things to buy and do before school, Hobonichi weeks and Hobonichi order, some notes here. So just not really knowing what my groove is for these pages yet. Some church notes, some house notes, yearbook notes, YouTube schedule, you know. And then in September, I started going back to a daily log. But here again, I was double planning in here and in my weekly section. So still not finding the groove yet until October. October 6th, apparently. I really wanted to dive in and use this specifically as a daily log and only put things that I needed to do on this day or what I wanted to get accomplished back here. And that's what I've done for the rest of the year. And I've been really liking it. So yeah, I just put the first letter of the week, so Monday, October 11th, with a little swatch of color and what I wanted to do that day. with some stickers sprinkled in and maybe some doodles. But I've been really liking this. It's been really functional for me. Things that I just want to get done, things that we accomplished, things that I need to pack, right? Just anything back here. Field trip schedule. So they've been really functional for me, and I really like how they've been looking so far. And then, yeah, I only have a couple of more pages left. Pretty confident, though, that I can get 10 more days in this planner, seeing as I have at least 6 blank notes pages left. So I think we'll be all right. But I am really excited to hop into my new planners for 2022. But I just want to finish this one out and really figure out exactly how I want to use my new planners before, you know, another experimentation year happens again. But that's okay. And then the reference pages I really just use as like pen tests and stuff. I don't really use these for anything else. If you use them for anything, let me know. Totally open to suggestions. And then in the back here too, I have a finance tracker. So the very last section is where I log all of my finances. And I'll show you that in my 2022 planner, because there's, I haven't logged anything really in here yet. So I have a finance tracker in the back of my Hobonichi weeks in 2021 and in 2022. I really like how this looks. It's inspired by a ring insert from Simple and Trendy Co. They have really awesome ring inserts. So check them out on Etsy. But for my finance tracker, I have my income, bills and budgets and savings, and then details. So for income, I have the date. I'll check it off when it gets deposited, where it's coming from. So either my work or Etsy, and then what the amount was. And then in this section here, it's bills, budgets, and savings. So I'll put whatever my bill is, like my car payment, my phone bill, any subscriptions, and then savings at the bottom. Again, amount over here, the date that the bill comes out, and a check mark over here to signify that it was taken out. Then this last section, which is the biggest section, is any spending that I do outside of my bills. So if I go out to eat, if I buy new clothes, if I get my nails done or whatever, it goes in this section here. So the date that I purchase something, where I purchased it from, and the amount. And then this section here isn't a check mark, but rather how I paid for it. So was it cash, debit card, credit card, or an Amazon credit card? Or other, I guess you could do like gift card too. But I usually don't put that in there because I want to see what's coming out of my bank account. And that way I can just look back and see where my money is going and what I need to cut back on and stuff. So there is my finance tracker that I used in my 2021 Hobonichi weeks that I will also use in my 2022 Hobonichi weeks. So yeah, thanks guys for sticking around this long. I think I finally found my groove in the Hobonichi weeks. Has been a journey this year, but I bought one for 2022 and I am excited to use it. So thanks guys. I'll see you later.